Yo, that post-credit scene though, man, where the Stasi are just executing this man who, as far as I'm concerned, is clearly innocent based on the way that scene broke down, man. And that bitch is just like STRAFE and lights the man up, dude. Yo, I was done. That shit was brutal, dude. That shit was absolutely brutal. And throughout this first episode of Schwarzesmarken, it proves that this series is going to be real, is going to go in terms of the material and how dark and fucking savage it's actually going to get. And I also need to look into if, we know who the VA is for that man who was in the shadows at the end, who was part of the Stasi, because if it's who I think it is, that shit's hype. But Schwarzesmarken episode 1, first impressions, honestly, it was average. There's some things I like about Schwarzesmarken a lot and that I want to get into, and then there's definitely some things that are just meh to me. One of them being, the CGI is okay, but I do not like the models for the beta, these aliens. I'm not feeling them unless they can, and the designs, like, they're somewhat interesting, but I need more in terms of that department. And from what I've heard from visual novel players of the Muv-Luv series and everything like that, it goes in. So I'm interested to see how that goes, but I don't really like the models that much. In terms of the mech designs and the character designs and everything like that shit looks sexy, and I do love the art style. The animation, Sansigen and Leiden Films are just on that level that they've been on as for the last couple of seasons now. So I mean, it wasn't anything spectacular. The blood also kind of looked a bit off to me. I'm hearing talk of an uncensored version, which will do this series wonders, because, and honestly, the censorship wasn't that bad to me. It was tasteful, it was handled well, but, darkening the saturation of the blood and then, oversaturating it as well in terms of the beta and everything like that, I'm just like, it is a bit off. But that scene, dude, of Inghild's death, oh my goodness, and Theodore just completely had written her off to begin with because she had PTSD, and seeing Edistina, who is sexy as all fuck, the captain, Edistina is amazing. I love her. She's clearly going to be best girl for me for the series. I mean, Katya is interesting too. I really like that chick with the white hair that we saw kind of lurking and looking at Theodore and Katya and everything like that. But other than that, there seems to be a breadth of characters, which ultimately leads me to believe there's going to be a lot of character deaths as well, especially from what I've heard of people who are into the Muv-Luv series and, what I've heard about this series as well. So I'm ready to, but that scene, dude, it was brutal. Just seeing her execute her and put her out of her misery like that, dude, because she was done, dude. She was done. I was just like, oh my goodness. And the thing about it is, and that's why I also want the uncensored version, is that, somebody sent me a photo of what the illustration was like when, Inghild was taken out in the visual novel, and I was like, yo, that shit is savage. But what I really like about Schwarzesmarken, though, is just how real and of a depiction it really is, showcasing the ruthlessness of the Stasi and this kind of conception of Cold War Germany, East Germany and West Germany, all, in this alternative reality in the Muv-Luv universe with the beta attacking and everything like that. I'm just like, first of all, I'm just like, yo, how are you going to keep up this tension between these two sides and this political turmoil and everything like that when you have aliens invading? Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? But that aside, man, that gets me into Katya's character and her wanting to kind of, bridge that gap, as well as her search for this man Alfred or whatever his name was. The characters intrigue me, like Theodore's past and everything like that. At first I was like, who is this prick? Like, what is his problem? Just look out for your squadron, man, for your Nakama. What are you doing? Like, yeah, she's kind of fucked up in the head. She's seen some shit, but come on, bro. But like, seeing what happened with his sister and everything like that, I'm like, yo, I'm intrigued about his character as well. And I'm definitely curious about the series and want to see where it goes. I love the political aspects and everything like that, and just seeing, brutality of the Stasi and things like that depicted is awesome to me. So I really like that, and I want to really enjoy the mech combat and the battles with the beta. But this first episode, it really didn't draw me in terms of that aspect. The CGI was okay, the animation was okay, but it could have definitely been better. So that aside, I did enjoy the worlding of this series and everything like that. And I'm really interested to get into this beast, this beast mark unit and everything like that, being the 666 unit, the mark of the beast, and that's where this Schwarzesmarken, like I believe it stands for black mark comes from. Ultimately, I was entertained by this first episode. I'm curious to find out more about these characters. You know, music is beast. The elements guarding greatness is beast. I can't wait to get the OP, dude, because Flipside is doing the OP. So you already know that's going to get me hype and get me into the series. But right now, I just have this feeling like if this shit is this serious and is this real right now and it goes in this hard, I really need to get into Muv-Luv, and I don't know whether I should watch the anime series, if I should just go straight for the visual novel. So anybody who's into Muv-Luv, without spoiling me as to this, you know, as to Schwarzesmarken or Muv-Luv at all, let me know, like, what route I should go to get into the series. But as I said, let me know your thoughts. I need to look into when the uncensored version is going to be coming, if it's going to be, you know, airing somewhere after, or, you know, if it's going to just be in the BD release or something like that. But I may want to wait for that. I'm not entirely sure. Ultimately, I can't say that I'm going to continue to review Schwarzesmarken. I might, but it's not one of my favorites of the season right now. I did enjoy it. I do like it. I really do want to see where it goes, so I'm going to continue to watch it. But I have a feeling I'm 50-50 right now. Either I continue to review it or it ends up being something that I watch. You know, I have these every season where I'm watching it, but I don't actually have time to review it, so I don't. This might be the one on Sunday that I might have to, you know, put on hold in terms of reviews go. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you felt about this first episode of Schwarzesmarken. Wasn't anything amazing. Definitely not one of the, as far as I'm concerned, objectively speaking, one of the best this season. In honesty, Bubuki Baranki drew me in more, and I think Satsuyuga did a better job with Bubuki Baranki than they did with this first episode of Schwarzesmarken. But I do like the world. I do like the way it's constructed and how fucking brutal and real it is, dude. So that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts, and I'm out. Peace.